calm sea will not make you a skilled sailor. Waiting for change while not doing anything for it is like waiting for the train. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. Fake love is mighty convincing in a world where real love is mighty rare. Whoever fights can lose. Whoever doesn't fight has already lost. We live longer when we are too busy living. The point of the argument is not to defeat each other, but to understand each other. Life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react to it. Pain is weakness leaving your body. Choose your pain, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Work like there is someone working 24 hours a day to take it away from you. The past is in your head. The future is in your hands. A sword can only be formed once it goes into the fire. Many of life's do not chase people who are walking out of your life. You can't control what thoughts enter your mind, but you can control what thoughts you entertain. Don't give energy to thoughts that don't make you feel good. Kindness will not win you respect, except your own. But that's the one that counts. You can't change others. If you love something, let it free. If it comes back, then it's yours and meant to be. And if not, then move on. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. One of your worst enemies will be your own ego. It will tell you that you're never wrong, that you are invincible, that you have no weaknesses. Regularly tell your ego to shut up. You never realize when the most cherished moments of your life are happening. Try to enjoy every day. Your life won't go as planned. And trust me, it's a good thing. Prepare for each moment to be a learning moment. When nothing can go wrong, it will. You will be pulled down out of jealousy. Don't get surprised. It's normal. A bad phase of your life can start at any time. Most of the time, you have to swallow the pain and learn to grow up by yourself. Don't make one person the center of all your happiness. Don't make them the reason why you are happy, because once that person walks away from your life, you're left with nothing. Trust wisely and not blindly. Never expect someone to catch you when you fall, even if you have caught many from falling. It's easier to get into a thing than out of it. Mostly, people will treat you according to their needs and greed. If someone says something and then says, "I am joking," he or she is always serious about that said thing. People only want to hear the good, not the bad. So if you have issues, it'll be hard to find people to confide in. Once you hurt someone, they're not likely to forget. They will always remember how much you've hurt them. One negligible action can have devastating consequences. People want you to succeed, but not more than themselves. No is one of the most powerful words in existence. Don't be a people pleaser. You'll be alone in the most difficult times of your life. These times will make you wise, mature, and fearless. When you're working for someone else's dream, you sacrifice your own. No matter what good you do to people, they will only remember your mistakes. To reach somewhere, you need to leave something behind. It's best to leave things at the right time, otherwise, you are left with too many regrets and complaints. You may not realize this, but the people you love are your biggest weaknesses. What other people think of you is none of your business. Bad times are actually a boon because they wake you up to the good things you never paid attention to. If you are impatient, life will always be harder. Patience can do wonders. Trust is easy to build, but can be shattered in seconds. Worry doesn't take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away today's peace. Don't be afraid to make a hard choice. The hard choices are the best you end up making. The more you spend clinging to the past, the less likely your future will be any brighter. Action is 10 times more valuable than reading and planning. Experience is the best teacher. Respect yourself, because people can see if you don't. Anyone you love can die, anytime. Cherish them. Nothing is ever as easy as it seems. Good things do come to those who wait and suffer. It might take time and be a long and rough road, but it's completely and totally worth it. Whether it's a machine, a house, or a relationship, maintenance is always cheaper than repairing. We cry over people, but what about time? Time is also never going to come back. Time is everything, and one day it will define you. Things that will count: you, your health, and your achievements. You make the best decisions when in pain, because fear of experiencing the same pain again is the strongest motivator. The harder your past was, the more beautiful your future will be. Most of the stuff you worry about never happens. You attract what you are. You want to attract better? Become better. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean you need them back in your life. Missing is a part of getting over. Before you are old, attend as many funerals as you can bear and listen. Nobody talks about the departed's achievements. The only thing people will remember is what kind of person you were while you were achieving. Have at least one person in your life who gives you honest opinions. It is good to be generous, benign, and magnanimous, but there's a limit, or you'll be taken for granted. Holding on to things will always make you more stressed. Things won't happen in a certain way just because you want them to happen that way. Learn from what people do, not from what they tell you. Don't react in anger immediately. Wait for it to subside. What's said or done in anger is irreversible. Don't overshare. Privacy is power. Don't regret the past, 'cause at that moment, you did your best. See people for who they are, not who you need them to be. Never jump to conclusions. Be discerning and let people show you their true colors. Never overlook contempt. When someone views you with contempt and talks to you like you're beneath them, they will likely do you harm. Whether relationally, socially, or physically. Remove that person from your life. Never lend money because you might lend it to friends for a few days, but retrieve it from fools for years. Never share your problems with friends before finding a solution, no matter how challenging it is. Don't show your weaknesses. People will enjoy the show. Don't be weak in front of them. Listen to the people who tell you what you don't want to hear. Self-pity is dangerous. Stay away from it. Just because you are going through hell right now doesn't mean you will never smile again. Pain is purely temporary. You spend all your health initially for wealth, and then you spend all your wealth for one day of good health. Holding grudges will never harm people you hate. Only you. Time defines you. You will not be defined well by anything other than time. Time is the most powerful force. How hard you fight, it will do what it wants to.